Well, we just got a little bit better looking over here and brighter as well. SC Cupp joins us here at the 2016 RNC Convention in Cleveland. SC, thanks so much. I know you're really busy taking time out here to chat with us. What do you think so far? Give us a rundown.
I was writing a column earlier today where I tried to figure out if Trump will leave this convention negative or positive. And obviously we still have more to go. Tonight will be interesting and obviously the most important moment of the convention. But so far, I think if it ended right now, I think he'd leave up one. I think the Cruz moment definitely helped him. I think it made Ted Cruz look small and silly and selfish. I say this I'm not a Trump voter. I thought that helped Trump. His kids helped him tremendously. I thought his kids were really good. The Melania flap hurt. That was a deficit.
Yes.
And not really because of the plagiarism, although as a writer I find plagiarism pretty offensive, but the handling of it was awful. Awful. And then just today, the NATO nonsense.
Yeah.
I think dings him a bit. But Mike Pence was great. I thought the speakers have thus far been pretty good. So if not for Trump's mouth or Trump's campaign goons, I think this would be a completely successful convention.
As I look forward to tonight, I think you got a finite time. You got 4 days here, and we were told it was going to be make America safe, and then jobs, and a lot of these things. And
I don't know why, because none of that happened.
None of that happened, and I think you're trying to reach as many people as possible who are in the middle, who are going to swing this thing one way or another. And
right.
I think he left a lot of stuff out there tonight. I think he has a chance to regain some of that, but I think this was a real missed opportunity.
Trump is in a pretty weak position right now, and you saw that with his Veep pick. He picked someone to assure conservatives it was safe to vote for Trump. This was not a guy meant to bring in new voters because he still needs to work on his own party. That's not really where you want to be right now, heading into a general election, but that's where Trump is. Now, going forward, if he attempts to try and bring in millennials, women, minorities, we'll see. I believe he's probably written them off and is thinking that there are enough, white male voters to get him into the White House. I'm here to tell you there are not.
That's what's killed me. We're talking SC Cupp from CNN, and what's killed me here, and I've asked 1,000 of the political pundits and stuff, I don't see a lot of diversity. There's not a lot of millennials here. The ones that are here are all volunteering and they're working.
Right.
They're not sold, diehard Republicans. They're just here working. And going forward, what does the Republican Party have to do to bring? I'm 45 years old. Most of my audience is in their 40s. I'm reaching for a younger demographic. Talk radio is getting older and older. You're younger. You're hip. How do we get people interested in this? Because I hear Old Boy Network all the time.
Well, I worked on outreach after 2012 and after the autopsy, and we were actually making some inroads. I mean, you go to CPAC, it is all millennials. It is a huge group of conservative millennials who are desperate to be a part of this movement and think that our answers are right and liberalism is wrong. That's exciting. We were bringing more women in and more minorities, and I saw that with my own eyes. The problem now is we have a messenger who has, in a matter of months, completely exploded all of that progress, and now is the face, for better or worse, of the Republican Party and the conservative movement. We can't make those inroads with him as the messenger, and like you, that's incredibly important to me. I don't want to speak in an echo chamber. I want to bring in more people. So whether Trump wins or loses, people like you and I are going to have a lot of work to do.
I just, I look around and I've been trying to talk to several people here, people that work here, not people that are here that are the the muckety mucks, and I'm trying to get a feel of what it is that's important to them, especially a lot of the African Americans and stuff. And they feel like they're just here, nobody notices them, nobody talks to them, and I'm thinking to myself, I talked to Roland Martin the other day. He's like, because nobody goes out there. Nobody goes out and meets them on their turf. Nobody goes and talks to them because they feel like it's over, it's done and dusted, and it can never be brought back. And I don't think that's true.
It's not true, and actually we have a diverse party. I mean, if you look at our governors, if you look at a lot of our elected members, we have diversity in this party. And like you said, millennials and social media, I know millennial conservatives. I work with millennials who are interested in our values and our principles. But we're never going to get as many as we can. And I don't think it has anything to do with policy. I think it has everything to do with message. And who wants to be associated with a party whose front man looks back at, say, Operation Wetback with nostalgia?
Yeah.
How can we ever convince someone, come on over, we'll take care of you, you'll look okay, you don't have to be embarrassed to be with us, when the headliner of our party thought internment camps might have been an all right solution. I mean, this is crazy stuff. It's about being embarrassed. That's the hurdle we have to get over with minorities, women, and millennials. Convincing them they don't have to be embarrassed to support us. And right now, I understand why they are embarrassed.
I get it too. And as I look around, I was over with the Young Turks earlier today, and we did, some stuff. And I said to them, I asked them a question. What is it that the Republicans have to do? And they says, you know what? You stay away from the social issues, and you got a lot of kids, because a lot of kids I talk to, that's what they feel like the LGBT community gets slapped in the face, the pro-choice women, all these, and they want inclusivity. They like a lot of what they have to offer, but they want the inclusivity as well.
I think, and I've long been a pro gay rights activist, and I hear, because I speak at colleges around the country, if I had a dime every time I heard a millennial say to me, I would be a conservative if not for that issue. If you guys were not so hostile to gay rights issues. And that breaks my heart, because I'm in favor of gay rights as a conservative. I think it's a conservative principle to want the government out of your private life. I think it's a conservative principle to support any two people who want to enter into an institution like marriage, right? Conservatives love marriage, but only for certain people. So I think that is an issue, a policy issue that we need maybe not to move totally to, but to talk more tolerantly about. But I gotta disagree on life. The majority of the country is with us. When they're being honest, the majority of the country is not in favor of partial birth abortion and all of these crazy laws that the liberals want to peel away to make abortion less safe, but more access to it. That's not where the country is. And the DNC platform is incredibly out of touch with where most Democrats are. Most Democrat voters don't want to repeal the Hyde Amendment. They don't want taxpayer-funded money going to abortions. And that's what this Democratic platform did for the first time. Or maybe not the first time, but again. And so I think on life we're right. And we maybe need some better messengers on life and need to talk about things like adoption more than we do abortion. But I think that's not an area I'm willing to budge on.
Last question, I'll let you go. I know you're busy. You're Hillary, and you're all of her little cronies and all of the the Debbie Wasserman Schultz and all the DNC. You've watched this for 4 days. What's your plan? If you're them, how are you planning to go against what we've seen for 4 days? I mean,
Hillary's in a very similar situation. She's in a pretty weak spot. She's one of the worst candidates in modern history. And I expect her to do a lot of what Trump and his supporters do. They attacked Hillary a lot this week. I expect she and her supporters will attack Trump a lot. She's offering a vision that's more of the same. I mean, she may have started out saying, I'm not going to be a third Obama term. She is 100% now embracing the idea of being a third Obama term. And she's telling people, vote for me to preserve his legacy. Well, that's not why anyone goes to the polls. So she's going to do more of that, more of the same, and attack Trump. That's not a strong position kind of exercise. That's an exercise in weakness. Honestly, both of these candidates are it's a race to the bottom.
It is a race to the bottom. It is a race to the bottom. Her name is S.E. Cupp. We appreciate you coming on. We know you got to jump. Thank you so very much for coming on.
Pleasure.
And have yourself a good rest of your time here, because I know you're going to be busy.